The 8 different money archetypes. Each of these archetypes works together to tell me exactly what's going on in your money DNA. So I'm going to start first with the innocent. I'd like to just say up front that these archetypes are not your personalities. These are characteristics and traits that appear or show up in your money scores, in your money DNA, the things that you've inherited from your parents' beliefs, their patterns and behaviors. So the first one we're looking at is the innocent. The innocent is a self-sabotager. The innocent is somebody that is very, very trusting, indecisive when it comes to money, feels completely powerless, often represses her feelings and her beliefs, and seeks to be rescued or seeks to get security. She's financially dependent on somebody else. And often, this particular archetype, she's got a head in the sand. I often call her the ostrich because the head is in the sand. She doesn't know what is going on in her finances. So some quick tips for the innocent, which you can look at is, number 1, how much money do you have? How much debt do you have? Do you know what interest rates you pay on your credit card? Do you know how much student loans you still have or still carrying? When last did you look into your bank account and know, well, how much money is there on a daily basis, on a weekly basis? The third thing I'd like to say is take your head out of the sand and stop being the ostrich. Know what is going on in your money. It's your money and your bank account. So that is the innocent, happy-go-lucky on the outside, but internally so much anxiety, so much stress around money. Stop being a self-sabotager and get connected with your money. The next one I'm talking about is the victim. Who's betrayed you? The victim, another self-sabotager, seeks to be rescued as well and lives in the past. You will often hear this particular archetype coming up in somebody when they're talking about when we did this or when I had this or when I was married. A lot of things coming up from the past. Very resentful about things that have happened and the way things have unfolded, and often has unforgiven to a certain person. Somebody, it could be your parent, it could be a partner, it could be a boss, but there's a lot of unforgiveness. Prone to blaming others. The victim often blames others. It's somebody else's fault why I'm in the situation I'm in, and it's not my fault. It's my parents' fault, it's my boss's fault, it's someone else's fault. They're very highly emotional, very highly emotional. But they're also financially irresponsible, and they feel powerless. They live out self-fulfilling prophecies. They often say, I can't do this, or I'll never be able to do that. I'll never be able to make money or reach this target. They're living out self-fulfilling prophecies. First thing I want to ask you is, who has betrayed you? The second thing is it yourself? Are you planning and not following through with something? Why? Third thing is, say, I can do it, and doing your best is the best revenge that you will have. Revenge on whatever the situation was, changing your situation. I can do this. The next one is the hero. The hero is another self-sabotager because the hero is so busy doing for others. This is often when I see women that come to me that have had some sort of a burnout. They're very powerful, very driven, very loyal to the company, will work there till 11 o'clock at night, committed, very competitive, disciplined, goal-orientated. They're so busy doing for others and working so hard that they often neglect themselves and have a burnout. They're very generous and they rescue people. They're financially successful, but they don't have balance in their lives. Number 1, I would say to you is, what are you overdoing and why? Who are you overcommitting to? I've got a lovely tip for you. Learn to say no, and know that no comes with no buts or maybes at the end. It's a full sentence. If you want to avoid burnout, you want to have a good balance, look at your hero scores. If it's far too high, then you need to do something about it. The next score I want to speak to is the martyr. As I call her, the mother of all archetypes. This one is a big self-sabotager. If you have got a very high score, anything over 20, please get in contact with me. Please arrange a call. They're free calls, and I will help you to get your martyr score lower. The martyr is very controlling. She's a mum, she's a caretaker, she's a caregiver, but she's incredibly manipulative. Internally, there's a lot of anger going on. Long-suffering, secretive, self-sacrificing, doing for others and not for herself. Another one that burns out. Needs to be a perfectionist and procrastinates. Who are you trying to impress or be perfect for? Passive-aggressive, compassionate, and wise. Remember, if your scores are higher, please contact me. These scores can be damaging to you if you do not bring the martyr down. We speak often about self-care. What are you doing today for yourself, not for anybody else, not for caring for the whole world, your family, everybody else that you're in contact with? The second thing is, what can you do that brings you joy, peace, and something for you today? Maybe it's just breathing. Maybe it's connecting with yourself. Number 3, are you deserving? How is your self-esteem? Has your self-esteem been knocked or rocked, as I say? How is your self-esteem? The next one I want to talk about is the artist. The artist, she connects and creates and collaborates. She's restless, very spiritual, bit of a loner, often sticking to herself and detached from what's going on. Money situation is not good. Often the person that is very spiritual doesn't know how to handle her finances, doesn't know how to budget. Number 1, get in touch with the things that are important. Make a plan, a money plan, a financial plan of where you want to be with your money in 6 months' time, a year's time, whenever it is. Number 3, seek the truth. Find the truth in you that is stopping you from doing this. Why are you being an imposter? What is going on? Connect with yourself. You connect in with others, you connect in with nature, you connect in with sport, connect with yourself. That would be my tip for the artist. The maverick. The maverick is a self-sabotager. Very restless, very undisciplined, lots of addictions, lots and lots of addictions. Shopping, judgment, a lot of addictions that's been taken on because there's this big internal hole that you're trying to fill. Irresponsible financially, lives for today. Think about your future, how you want your future to be. What legacy do you want to leave behind? Very adventurous, will jump in at the last minute, last bit of money, and enjoys life. But there's more to it than that. It's about balance, and it's about budgeting, it's about saving, it's about investing. Very optimistic. Everything is fantastic. The cup is full, overflowing. Sometimes it's not. Just look what you're doing. Plan. Number 1, plan, make goals, write down, have a business plan, have a plan for your life. I call it the 4-step magician plan, which is in my course. Fill up your cup, not with addictions, not with more TV, with more shopping, drugs, alcohol, gambling, playing on your phone. How many hours a day do you spend on your phone? Often we do this because we want to just avoid. Find an accountability buddy, talk to somebody, ask for help if this is you. The next one is the magician, and the ruler. The ruler is also another self-sabotager. The ruler controls. Often you find that the ruler never was able to control things when they were a child. So now as an adult, they control. They control people, they control money, they control everything in their lives. They control the food, they control how much they eat. Often you find a lot of rulers that I speak to are on very strict diets. They're manipulative. They use people like pawns, very fearful internally, critical, judgmental. Remember, when you're pointing a finger at someone, you're pointing 3 fingers back at yourself. A judgment is an addiction. It's an attachment that you've created. The ruler is very unforgiving, very rigid, prone to anger and to rage, and highly materialistic, always worried about what somebody else is thinking about them. She's a self-sabotager. Let go of the control. Let go of the control of everything. Be more connected with yourself and ask for help. And see money as a flow. Money needs to flow in and it needs to flow out. The ruler will keep you stuck because there's limiting beliefs. If you've got a high score, over 20%, please speak to me on any of these, especially the martyr, the victim, the innocent, and the ruler. The last one is one that everybody wants to be, the magician. The magician's powerful, very generous, spiritual, wise, conscious, vibrant, trusting, lives in the present, but plans for the future, opens to flow, opens to money flowing in, doesn't block money. And we block money with money myths, things that we've been told that we believe to be true. Transforms reality and is financially balanced. Be your magician today. If your magician scores are low, get your magician score higher and fix the areas that need to be fixed. I hope this helps and that you're able to actually see that these scores are all working together to be the characteristics and traits that are in your money DNA.